everybody, Richard here from Vision Vortex, and today we're going to take a quick look at how to get chromatic aberration into your images with Photoshop. So before you jump on your seats and say, oh god, chromatic aberration, it's so bad, it has been so overused. I want to take a bit of a different approach to make it more subtle and more controlled. And yeah, let's start, right? So we have this sci-fi mock-up image that I did, and this sure would look awesome with chromatic aberration. So as many of you know, the thing you usually do is to modify the channels over here in Photoshop. So first thing we want to do is take a look at how usually you see chromatic aberration done a lot of the time. So let's make a copy of that background layer here and go over to the channels, right? So most of the time chromatic aberration is something like this. Like select everything, displace the red channel by 2 pixels, select the green channel, select everything, and again back in another direction, and maybe even select everything, select the blue channel, and go ahead and do the same to the top direction, and then just reactivate the RGB and let's take a look. And you see this is all pretty much all over the image. Well, this could be what you want, but one thing that's becoming apparent very quickly is that it's all a bit wild, especially in the center, and you get those weird artifacts at the corner, especially if you're doing this to an artwork and you really didn't plan for that kind of post-processing from the start with a little bit of extra margin. Yeah, well, now it's all a bit, I don't know, doesn't work so well, does it? Okay. So we're going to do something different. We're going to change it up. One thing that before I start with my method, one thing that I've seen people doing, I want to show you that pretty quickly. So sometimes people put on a mask on that layer, and we just go into that mask and do a selection like this, and fill it black, deselect, and then we're just doing a blur, and select Gaussian blur, and hit it really hard. Let's see, maybe 260. What does the preview give us? Yeah, we just roll with it this time. So I'll click on the mask, and we're here. So what happens is that, well, the center of the effect is basically phased out, so no chromatic aberration here, but the farther you go in the direction of the corner, the stronger the effect gets, and you get those artifacts turning up slightly. So, well, if that does it for you, go for it. You see how gradually this comes in. Most of the time, I still think those shadows are annoying, especially in here, and it doesn't really look natural or anything. So, yeah, you could do it, but we want to tackle it differently. So let's duplicate this layer. All right, we switch to the channels and select the red channel. Control A, select everything. Control T for transform, and then hit this little button, which is the mesh transform button. And you get this nice grid of lines, and every point you push here will be transformed. And you see when this happens, this means that the red information down here isn't really existent. You get borders. So let's undo this, and again, Control T, mesh transform. All we want to do is select one of the corner buttons, like this small quad up here, and pull it outward from the center. And we'll do the same on the other direction. You can't really get creative with which corner you pull where. That's wholly up to you. And let's hit OK. And then deselect, go to the green channel, select everything, Control T for transform, mesh transform again, and now we select different corner. Let's pull out this one. And the larger this offset is, the more prominent will be the effect when it comes to when it comes closer to the corners. So in order to keep that subtle, I just recommend using very small increments, but you can just try everything that you like. Same for the blue channel. Select the blue channel, Control A, select everything, Control T for transform, and hit that button. And then I'm just pulling up a bit of the corner and just really subtle here, because if I pull that thing, everything from the center outward will be transformed a bit. Not by much, but a bit. And the same down here. So, and hit OK. Deselect, and let's see what that gave us. So you see there are no borders out there because we pulled outward, but here's a small artifact that probably comes from bicubic sampling. So we didn't pull it outwards far enough, but it's a small glitch. In any case, as you can see, there's no or next to no chromatic aberration going on in the center of the image. And the further you go outward, the more apparent the effects become. So this is really useful because you can actually have this sci-fi looking chromatic aberration thing going on, this glitchy optic, and really not distract from your artwork at all. And in addition, it's actually looking more like the result that a natural lens would give you. So I think this is a plus, isn't it? Yeah, so that's everything. I hope this helped you out. And if you like this video, share it with your friends. And if you don't, tell me how I can improve. Follow the channel, and see you soon. Bye.